Hi guys, my name is Tahir. This is Inspired RC. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Traxxas XMAXX light kit, but with a twist. That's the light kit there. I've also ordered a rear bumper for the car. I want to install the rear light bar in the bumper as opposed to in the body, as Traxxas would like you to. Right, so let's open the box and see what we get inside. Right, so we've got the manual there. It's a quick diagram. It shows you where you should be installing the light kit, and then it looks like it just shows you which input on your controller, just there, does what. So that's going to come in useful. Right, what do we have? So I can see there's the rear light bar there, that's the front one there, that's your controller. This looks like a bracket for the rear bar. Have a quick look inside. Okay, we'll get some screws, that's good. Some zip ties. Okay, so a couple of more wires there. And this looks like a template, which, let's get it up, it's a bit tricky, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be using or not yet, so let's see how that goes. Let's pop this to the side, just pop these out. Right, so this looks like the front light bar here, looks quite straightforward. A couple of screws straight in. Okay, a couple of screws on that as well. Right, as we are gonna try and do our own modification to the rear light bar, Traxxas have designed this to be a quick release mechanism for you to release it when you take the body off, if you did install the rear light bar on the body. That just looks like it just sits in there, which we're going to probably have connected all the time if we manage to install the rear lights onto the bar, onto the bumper. Just everything looks like it's colour coordinated as well, so hopefully we shouldn't have any problems wiring this up as well. Right, so let's get hold of the car and let's start installing some of this. Right, so guys, I've wired all the wires into the module, so I'll quickly show you that. So this blue wire here is coming from the front light here, and it goes into slot A. And then, as I said earlier on, slot B doesn't do anything in the manual, it says that. Slot C is for your rear brake lights. Slot D is for your reverse lights. So currently I've got 3 plugs in there, and you can see the colours. That's got a red colour on there, that one's got a blue colour on there, and the other one has a white colour. Now I'm not sure what these other 2 plugs are for, although they have got the white and yellow colour on it. I'm sure Traxxas has designed this for other cars as well, hence why we got some extra plugs there. So this is, so the rear wire now is running all the way through, and there's seemed to be quite a lot of excess, but there's plenty of wire there to get to the rear bumper there. so that should be a good. The next job is to plug this straight into the ESC. Now if you have a look there, there's a slot just there, if you can just see that there. Now it's got a little bit on the end there which you can use a pair of long nose pliers and pull it out, and once you pull it out, this will go straight into there. If you're finding it a bit too fiddly, then you'll have to unscrew it. A couple of screws on this cover here. Once you've unscrewed it, you've got access to where this plug goes in, but do remember that you have to feed the wire through the cover and then plug it in if you're going to remove the cover, or else you won't be able to put the cover back on again. So I'll get that done quickly now. Once that's done, that's the front lights hooked up, and then we'll be able to have a look at the rear lights and see how we can mount them. Right, so let's take this plug out of here, get a bit more light over that so you can see better. That's better, isn't it? Okay. There's a problem there. I'm just going to pull on it and hopefully it should come out. Took a bit more force than what I thought. So once that's removed, I'll just show you quickly how close, what it looks like from above. You can't really see much. So I'll get that plugged in now for you. Hope this is the way it goes in. Still hand out of the way there. Might just need to help it down. Just be careful, there's a lot of wires on this plug, so when you're pushing it down, I think that's all the way in, but if it's not, I think you can see there, it's gone in there. If it's not, I can always just give it a bit more of a push. Okay, so that's now hooked up. Let's turn our attention to the rear now. Right, so now we're ready to see how we're going to install the rear light. So this is the rear light here, has two wires coming off it. This single wire here looks like it's probably for the reverse light, hence being a single wire there. And then this one here has got a red collar on it. I assume that's going to be for the rear brake tail lights. And this is the cable that's running from the module at the front, so we have a red on there, so that should go straight into there, and then the blue when I can grab it, the blue should go into the blue gap there. Okay, to the blue one. So that looks pretty straightforward. Now, how would we install this light kit? We have got two wires that we have to accommodate, so we've got to keep that in mind. Doesn't look like there's any particular way you can have it one or the other way, so that looks alright. Guys, that doesn't look too bad like it is. So maybe drill a hole straight through the rear bumper there, and just mount the wires straight through, and just have this rear tail light. Now you can see this part here accommodates the bracket quite well. Might be a lot easier than what I thought. Now the only issue I have with this is it is exposed, so if I do end up landing on the back, I may damage this light. So option 2 would be just to cut around this light here and take away some of this plastic and see if I can mount it into this gap that there already is. But obviously I have to probably cut this section out here and do the same on this side here. So I'm just gonna have a quick play with it and I'll let you know how I get on. Right, so this is the new rear bumper that I've got when I ordered the rear light. So this is the bumper that I'm probably going to be cutting into, using it as my trial and see how it goes. The bumper itself looks quite simple to remove. It looks like just 2 screws. Undo them and the whole bumper will just come off. You probably do have a couple of more screws. I'll just check. Yeah. So we may have a couple of more screws. I'll just have to check with that, but the way I'm cutting this, it looks like I might need to not use these 2 holes here. So let's have a quick look. So what I intend to do is let's trace around. Let's trace around it. Let's just scratch it, I think, with a Stanley knife maybe. Let's have a quick look. Where's it gone? Right, okay. Right, so that's a section I want to cut out. Just see how the knife behaves with it. Right, so I'm going to get this cut out. Hopefully be back soon. Okay guys, this is the bumper now been cut. Hopefully it's the right size. I haven't actually installed it because I've cut the holes quite tight, and I'm pretty sure that once I get this in, It's going to be very difficult for me to get back out again, which really is what I want, because I don't want it to fall out when I'm running the car. So I'll just quickly tell you how I've done this. So I used this drill bit. It's a wood drill bit. I just find it cuts the plastic quite nicely for me. I mean, you could use a HSS drill bit, which is a metal drill bit as well. So I made 2 holes, one on this side here and one on this side here. And I measured exactly how much space I need for the bar to show, and if you can see there, it's just, hopefully it's right. It may need a little trim once it's in. It might just need a little bit off one side, but hopefully that should fit in. So once I've made the 2 holes, it's quite awkward to get any kind of a cutting disc in there. So what I ended up doing is using a sharp blade on the Stanley knife, and I literally just trimmed all the excess off on both sides. Just made it nice and neat. And then if you can see on this side here, I've actually had to go a bit further. So if you look on this side, that's the finish on that side. On this side I've had to go a bit further in. You can see there. Reason for that being is this light, I wanna be able to slide it in this way, get it further in that way, and then pull it back over this way, and hopefully the whole thing should sit in its place nicely. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. You can see that is quite tight, maybe a bit too tight. Guys, you got to be careful when you are trimming these plastics and things like that. You don't cut off too much, so take a little bit off at a time. Come back to it, try it. It is a bit fiddly. It's a bit. There is an element of trial and error in there. So you can see, I've shoved it in that side. Now I'm gonna try and bend it. See if I can get it in. Let's see if I can move it back a notch. Or I may need to take some off this side as well, maybe. Just to get it in. What I might do, guys, is just take a little bit more off the inside of this side. Just keep that out of the way. So just take a little bit at a time. Oh guys, once I did cut it out, I did use a little file like this just to get rid of any kind of, and just to tidy up really. See how that goes. I might just take a little bit more off this side. Obviously guys, once I've managed to cut the exact right size of the hole, then you'll have a better idea of what you need to cut. I'm just a bit wary of all these thin wires, and me with the Stanley knife working in close proximity. Don't want to be cutting any of these wires, especially this reverse one. Look how thin that is. I'm just feeding the wires through again. Let's give it another go. That's a bit too much there. That's in there. We need to know. Push it back. It doesn't seem to want to go. I might need to. I hope I haven't damaged the wire. I might have trapped the wire in there. Make sure these wires are out of the way. See guys, it's not too far off now. There we go. I might need to give that a little bit more of a trim, I think. This is how far I've got. I'm just going to pull this out again. I'm just going to give it a bit more of a trim. It looks like it just needs a bit more. I just find the styling knife gives me a better, cleaner finish once I've filed it a bit as well. Just going to take a bit off the back as well, so it just makes it easy for me to slide it in and hook it up. So I'll just get rid of any excess and create parts. Let's give it another go. Hopefully it goes in without any problems this time. What I don't want to do is break anything. without bending it too much. Really, traxxas they do this for the Maxx. They should really do this for the XMAXX as well. I don't understand why they don't. But anyway, once this is in, it'll save me having to disconnect wires when I want to take the body off when I'm out running. That's the theory behind it. If you guys seen my other videos, you've seen the Kraton 8S. That's got a LED light kit on it as well. That's all connected to the chassis, so I don't have any issues if I'm out running taking the lid off. I don't have to disconnect any wires or anything like that. And I wanted the same thing for my XMAXX as well. With winter coming now, it's just gonna get darker, so I'd like to just run it, really see how it goes. Right. That's fitted in nicely. It's tucked away nicely now. You can see it's not protruding out, so looks all good. I hope I haven't damaged any wires trying to fit that in. Let's get it installed. So I'll just spin you up here. Right, so I've already gone ahead and loosened some of these screws just to save some time, basically. So should just need a few turns. So 2 screws on the front, here and here. Let's get them off first. Then we've got, just quickly show you, I don't know if you can see that, there we go. We've got 2 screws to take off here and here. Again, I've gone ahead and removed the majority of the screw, so I just need to a couple of turns straight off. Same again. And it should loosen the whole thing for me. So pull you back again. I'll just point you down again. Right, so this is the bumper. 2 more screws now. So guys, don't lose any of your screws, keep them together. So 2 more screws on the back, one here. Again, I've gone ahead and loosened these just to save time. And then hopefully the whole thing should just come apart. Right. So this is our new bumper. Now guys, remember, if you are going to try and do this, you have to cut one of these side holes a bit bigger so you can slide this whole thing straight in there and then bring it back again. So on one side you are going to have to cut a bigger hole, so I'll just quickly show you there. Just get the light over here. So you can see there I've just cut a slightly bigger hole there, but make sure that you don't cut through this here. That's where your bracket is going to attach. You can see that hole there. this hole here, there's a screw that goes through it straight into here. So guys, make sure you don't drill into any of this when you are drilling. So I'm just going to run the wire out. Right, so let's put these two screws back in. Tighten these two screws up nice and tight. This side here where we trimmed it a bit, just be careful you don't over tighten it, you don't strip that screw. Okay, let's put it back on the car. So just to put it back, it's simply the reverse of what we've done to take it off. So what I might do is just a couple of screws straight in there just to help me get it in lined up. And what I'll do is just give this a couple of turns so I'll get the bumper on, and then I'll come back and I'll tighten all these screws up. Right. Yeah. Right, so there's two screws left now, just one here and one here. Just make sure no wires are getting caught. Just line everything up. It should just line up nicely for you. Sorry, just knocked you there. Just tighten this up quickly. So I intend to run the wires straight through here, maybe to the car. Okay, so that's the back rear bumper installed. Quite happy with the way that's turned out. Looks nice. Right, so let's wire it all up. Just gonna pop you. Guys, I know this video's dragging on a bit, but It's the first time I've done this, so working it out as I'm going along. So maybe under there, not too sure. I think I will just put it under there, just spin you around there. So I'm just going to wire the rear lights up there. So I said red, this has got the red colour on it. Just make sure you put them in the right way around. And then we have the reverse, which has got the blue colour on there. Right guys, that's all hooked up. Obviously I've got to tidy all the wires up, but I think we should get some batteries in here now. Before I tie any wires down and tighten any screws, I just want to make sure everything's working. Let's just grab a couple of batteries. As you can see, I've got some XT90 connectors on here as well, and they're just TRX to XT90 connector adapters on there. Just allows me to use it. All my batteries tend to be XT90s, the bigger ones anyway. I'm just gonna pop this here, then the same on here. Okay, just got a couple of batteries in there. I'm just gonna grab the controller. Switch the controller on just in case. Right, so guys, moment of truth. Right, switched on. See if it works. Yeah. Front's working. Just pop you down here and just get it turned around. You can see the back's working there. Pop it in there. There's the back. Oh, that looks nice, that. Do like the look of that. So what I'm going to do is just going to get my trusty paint tin out and get it sat on the paint tin, and we can just test whether the reverse lights work. Right, so right, so I'm just going to pop you down a bit so you can see. You get a better view of what's happening. Yep. Yeah. Alright. That's a TSM working there. Right there. Happy with them rear lights. They look really nice. So guys, I'm just gonna tidy all the wiring up, get the body on, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, finally got all the wiring tidied up. and tightened all the screws as well. So I'll quickly run it over here. So that's your front light at the front there. Show you what I've done with the wiring. So just run the wiring straight this way. Put a tie on there. Put another tie on there. Now I've had to run the wire through here. There isn't anywhere for me to really put a tie on there, so I've had to leave that one a bit loose. Coming back here, I've just bunched all the wires together. You can see that. It's tightened down the module, and then these are the two wires that are coming away. One is for the power that's going straight to the ESC. So we've got another tie on there. The second is the rear light, and it's just going all the way back. I'll just show you what I've done with the rears as well. Just turn this thing around. So the rears, we've come straight through the shock towers, tightened it up. Again, another tie there, another tie there. Show you how it looks at the back here. Just nice and tidy. Show you how it looks up on the top there. So everything's in line. You can see. And that's your rears. So let's get it turned on. Let's get the body on. And let's see what the final look is going to be like. I'm just going to pop you down here a sec. Alright guys, the moment of truth. Does it look nice once it's all finished? Let's turn the car on first. Oh, lights come on straight away. Nice. Let's get the body on. Guys, I really like the way that rear light looks. I personally think it looks a lot better than putting it in the body at the top there. No, I don't have any issues. I can take the body on and off, no problems. I don't have to disconnect any wires. Quickly show you the front. Just put it back down there again. So there's your front bumper. Yeah. Looks nice, guys. Like the way that looks. Just bring it back a bit. Right, so let's see if our reverse lights are all working and the brake lights are working. So let's spin it around again. I'm just going to bring you back here. Just give me a second. That's better, isn't it? Okay. Let's see if this works. Happy with that, guys. So guys, if you found this video useful, please subscribe to get more videos like this. Please like it, please share. I have got more mods coming for the XMAXX, and I've also got mods coming for the Kraton 8S. So guys, smash the bell, be notified when I release these new videos. Take care, see ya.